Some of us have some very short memories or forget what part they played in certain situations. I came across an article about Shonda Rhimes, creator of Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice. And she's basically complaining about the lack of diversity on BunHeads on ABC Family. I want to read part of it to you, and I want to say why I say she's full of shit. Shonda Rhimes took a break from discussing the fate of private practice to chastise another show. ABC's Family Bunheads recently made its debut. The show, which premiered on Monday and comes from Gilmore Girls creator Amy Sherman Palladino, tells the story of a Las Vegas showgirl, Sutton Foster, who moves to a quiet town and becomes an instructor at the dance school her new mother-in-law Kelly Bishop owns. Rhimes, who create Practice, Grey's Anatomy, and recent hit Scandal, took to Twitter on the show's debut night, Monday, June 11, with a complaint as Entertainment Weekly first noticed. Hey, ABC Family, Bunheads, really? You couldn't cast even one young dancer of color so I could feel good about my kids watching the show? Not one? After reading some Twitter files response, Rhimes, who is a mom to new baby Emerson and 10-year-old Harper, clarified that she doesn't feel bad when her kids watch white performers. And LB, and I guess and Sassy, and Shonda Rhimes and ABC Bunheads. I'm white and I don't felt bad when my kids watch black performers, but whatever. Really sad choice of words. Shonda Rhimes, I said Sassy. ABC Bunheads. I definitely don't feel bad when my kids watch white performers. Not at all what I'm saying. The TV producer then went on to clarify that she was a fan of Sherman Palladino's Gilmore Girls, but just taking up one issue with Bunheads. Heather C. and Shonda Rhimes, they're just one group that she didn't have to speak, didn't have a speaking role. I'm just happy the girls were different shapes and sizes. And then let's see what else. Shonda Rhimes said, I did love seeing girls of all shapes and sizes. That was great. I'm a huge Gilmore fan. I'm just pointing out one issue. ABC Family told Huffington Post that no comment will be issued about Rhimes' tweets at this time, but Bunheads is not the first news show to have backlash about lack of diversity. HBO Girls have been getting flack for not featuring any woman of color since it premiered in April. The show creator and star Leah Durham has been fielding questions and accusations about racism in interview after interview. I wanted to avoid tokenism in casting, Durham told NPR Fresh Air in May. Not that the experience of African American girl and a white girl are drastically different, but there has to be a specificity to that experience that I wasn't able to speak to. Recently, it was revealed that Community star Donald Glover was cast in season 2 of Girls, and another casting called for hipster types of all ethnicities. Notice this thing, hipsters type. See, that's how they see us. Was put out for the HBO series sophomore season. In a June interview with the New York Times Magazine, Dunham joked about the girls' race issue a bit. I mean, it's not going to be like, hey guys, we've been out looking for a black friend or a friend in a wheelchair or a friend with a hat, she said. When the racial criticism about girls was at its peak, Huffington Post TV critic Maureen Ryan wondered why Girls was bearing the brunt of a TV-wide issue. I could list the shows on television all-white cast, but we'll be here all day, she wrote. If I threw a roster of shows that were all white but have token non-white persons who are rarely in focus of any important stories, we'll be here well into the evening. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I remember seeing the preview to the show Bunheads. I remember when I heard about people talking about Girls, how great and how edgy it was and how realistic it was. And I remember sitting in the movie theater waiting to watch the movies, and I said, this is ABC Family, another show with a bunch of white girls or Latin girls who they try to recast as white. And I'm saying you never see any young black girls. If you do see a young black girl, she's playing a stereotypical black character. She can never be from a middle class family or just a family, a working class family that, just doing the right thing. They always got attitude. They always got to be manly in their attitudes. But If anybody but Shonda Rhimes would have made this complaint, I would have been down with it. But Shonda seemed to forget that when she created Grey's Anatomy, Isaiah Washington came in and read the part that we all know as Dr. McDreamy. But guess what? She and the other producers in the studio said that Isaiah didn't fit the part. I wonder why. Because he was the lead character. And more than likely, he was going to be pushing up on the star of the show, Grey, Ellen Grey. I think Meredith Grey, played by Ellen Pompeo. When she's already in a mixed ethnicity marriage, she already has a mixed ethnicity son. But see, remember, this is Disney, House of the Mouse. And we all know the history of Disney. If you guys don't, look it up. But she had no problem casting Isaiah as the distant black male character, which is nothing but a copy of the character Eric LaSalle played on when he was in ER. And just like the character on ER that Eric LaSalle played, Isaiah played a black man only could seem to be getting it on with a woman outside the black community. Now, this is a pattern I've noticed. I'm telling you guys got to notice the pattern. But when the show started getting popular and they started showing Isaiah Washington character in interviews right along with Patrick Dempsey's character, notice that Isaiah Washington didn't have all these names. Remember Dr. McDreamy, Dr. McSteamy, all these names they gave for the white characters. They never wanted to push him in the forefront. Now, you the creator of this show. You one of the writers of the show. You could have made sure they gave the character a little bit more balance than what they did. Think about this now. And the other black character, I forget his name, but James Pickens played, I'm not mistaken, I think the Meredith character had a relationship with the mother on a side thing. They both was married. That's another thing I picked up on. But it wasn't until this person, or these persons, let me pull them up, till this person, T.R. Knight, started complaining about certain scenes or about why his character wasn't the main focus or where his character is written. Attitudes on the set started to come into play. I think he was late for a scene, if I remember correctly. And I guess he got mad, and I guess Patrick Dempsey came to TR's defense like they normally do. And you know how men have always said, quit acting like a fag or a sissy, whatever the term was, and stop acting gay. And I guess because T.R. Knight is gay, he assumed that Isaiah was talking to him. Because remember back in the later part of the 90s, the gay community stopped flipping around saying that the black community or the black man is more homophobic. Now, Isaiah came out and he said that he didn't say it, but that wasn't enough for the writers of these entertainment magazines where have a large contingent of gay, lesbian, and self-hating black women. Let's just be honest. So when they did that, I think Emmys or one of these award shows they came on, because I remember being in my barracks, still recovering from my injuries, and I remember that I think they all got drunk and reporter asked Isaiah what he said, and I guess they were so excited that Grays won. He said, I did not call TR a fag or something to that experience. And I guess when the reporters came to this she-devil, she naturally sided with TR. And she said, and I quote, I want to just beat the crap. I want to hit him so bad. I just can't stand him. Now notice every time a black man speaks up or says something, first thing a white woman does, she say, I want to hit him and beat him so bad. This is a history. White women have done this. Pink, Kelly Clarkson, all of them have done it. So instead of Miss Rhymes stepping up and saying something, checking her cast from Isaiah to Patrick to Catherine to TR, she said little or nothing. She played the little handkerchief head. But it wasn't until the gay community stopped bitching and moaning, until Katherine Heigl kept talking about it. It wasn't until TR went to Ellen and Patrick played as if he didn't say anything. Who did they make the sacrificial lamb? Isaiah. He even did what most people in Hollywood do. Went and got a publicist, went to counseling. And then the other little short troll black chick on the show made a joke about, I want to think the whole cast are great, and the other one in rehab. She made a joke at the expense of a black man. A lot of us seem to forget that. But see, Chandra and the other, I forget the sister, the short troll sister name. I have no respect for her either. They both went and looked out for themselves and basically threw Isaiah under the bus. But once Isaiah was gone, and once the media basically destroyed this man's television and movie career, because only thing you saw him on was on the Bionic Woman remake, and it didn't last because NBC played around with it, and the gay community was still bitching that he was on television. Now, after he didn't apologize, after he was fired from a popular show, they still didn't want him on TV. Okay? TR started making rounds, going on Ellen, making him act, he's the villain, big bad, Isaiah said this. Now, Isaiah was gone. But a lot of people forget that Sandra Oh, who played Isaiah's love interest, she said that she was there. And she said that Isaiah did not direct it towards TR. You knows her career ain't been nowhere. No, she ain't got a bunch of acting gigs. Because before she did Grey's Anatomy, she was a character. She played in movies and TV shows and whatnot. So when Grey's got out there, her career is pretty much, that's it. But TR and Catherine thought they was on par with Patrick Dempsey and Ellen Pompeo. So they start acting like divas and start bitching them on about the scripts. TR was the first one to go. He dissed the writing in the show. But Karma came back on his ass. You ain't seen him on TV since, have you? But because Catherine got big breasts and she's blonde, and she went out and did what most Hollywoods do, go adopt a child of color. She tried to parlay the Grey's, the brouhaha, and the little success to a movie career, and every movie she played in has been a flop. It could have been good. These movies can be be good, but I won't support. I won't watch them. And then she started talking shit about the show that made. Because remember, Katherine Heigl, her claim to fame was playing in Roswell and teen movies. Nobody took her serious. But you got Shonda Rhimes right now. This is the creator bitching and moaning about the lack of diversity when you purposely put more white characters in a TV show, and then the black characters you put on play stereotypical parts. And don't let me get me started about private practice. How can you complain about what white folks are doing with their TV shows, but you are creator of a TV show and you've been pretty quiet on certain issues? See, you can't have it both ways, sister. You have to be consistent across the board. You didn't speak up when Isaiah was getting thrown to the wolves. You didn't call out Katherine Heigl and TR on their shit. And since I brought up private practice, it was an episode where the Tate Diggs character, and I forget the sister name. She's an actress. She's well-known actress with, I guess, among black folk, us in the black community. The character's supposed to have been married at one time or separated, and they had a daughter. I think she turns up pregnant. Another stereotype. But you want to bitch about a show that got a predominantly white cast. Believe me, I get it. I understand it. Blacks watch these shows as well. We buy the DVDs, we go to the movies, we're fans, all kinds of shit. But you can't sit here and complain about diversity or talking about no diversity or black issues when you've been quiet on black issues. Here it is. You cast Taye Diggs in the show and had him in a relationship with the lead character of that show because what, Taye's married to a white woman? Matter of fact, a Jewish woman. See, sisters like you want to have it both ways. You want to bitch at somebody else's shit, but you don't want to look at your shit. This is the wrong battle, sister, that you picking. Now, I would have more respect for you if you was balanced and you had it. And let's pick about the other show, Scandal. The one I think was Kerry Washington. Look who Kerry Washington love interest has been in that show. Don't sit here and talk about diversity when you trying to be slick yourself.